Hello everyone and welcome to the blog. And in the last episode I just arrived at the lock to get locked down onto the River Calder. So we'll pick up from there and carry on. Hope you enjoy it. So at this point I'd just been having a conversation with two ladies who'd been on the boat that came up, the hire boat. And they said to me, "Are you on your own?" I was like, "Yes." I said, "Well, do you need a hand going down? How on earth are you going to do it?" I said, "I need to learn, and I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it, but I'll have to find out." So that's why I was a little late getting back onto the boat here.
His only child, love brought his family home. The boaters said the old Lockie walked lighter from that day. His laughter echoed round the locks where sorrow used to stay. For wealth is not in gold or trade, nor boats that proudly roam. The richest man upon the cut had all he'd longed for home.
Incidentally, I was pleased with the way the solo locking went on the way down from the cut onto the river earlier. The hire boat that came out, the ladies on it were like, "Oh, do you want to help doing it?" When I told them it was my first time, I said, "No, I've got to learn." Because they said, "Well, how on earth are you going to do it?" I said, "Well, I'll find out." I must say, given my limited experience so far, bearing that in mind, I do think I really quite prefer the river cruising in a way. It just seems more in with nature, although I know there are hazards involved with it as well. Deeper, moves fast sometimes, and you don't have the towpath to jump onto.
Old wolf slips out at first light, the morning still and grey. He smiles and says, "Don't hurry, lad, the Trent will have her way." He knows each reach and hidden shoal, each tide that's right or wrong. He's learned them through a lifetime's work, and the old Trent rolls along. Before the rails, before the roads, before the smoke climbed high, the Romans found my winding course beneath an eastern sky. With line and spade they cut the fen, a water road made strong, from Torksey up to Lincoln's walls, and the old Trent rolled along. The Fosdyke carried grain and stone, the legions came and went. The tide still rose from Humber's mouth to greet the river Trent. Empires fade like morning mist, their glory never long. The river keeps no master's name, and the old Trent rolled along. Roll on, old river Trent, turn with every tide. You've carried kings and kingdoms, England's strength and pride. From Roman hand to boatman's call, your story still lives on, while England stands beside your banks. The old Trent rolls along. Then dragon ships came riding in with carved and watchful eyes. They wintered deep at Torksey camp beneath the Lincolnshire skies. They traded furs and hammered steel, their laughter loud and strong. Their children called this country home, and the old Trent rolled along. King Harold crossed with the weary men, their shields all scarred by war. North to Stamford Bridge they marched to settle England's score. Hardrada fell beside the Derwents, the victory rang in song. 3 weeks later Hastings called, and the old Trent rolled along. The centuries rolled like winter floods, then engineers appeared. They studied every reach and bend where generations steered. With pick and shovel, sweat and grit, the navvies labored long. They built the locks that tamed the stream, and the old Trent rolled along. Gunthorpe lifted loaded keels, Hazelford held them fast. Holman and Newark served the trade, while Cromwell stood at last. Stokelock watched the river rise, its chambers deep and strong, each gate a monument in oak, and the old Trent rolled along. Roll on, old river Trent, turn with every tide. You've carried kings and kingdoms, England's strength and pride. From Roman hand to boatman's call, your story still lives on, while England stands beside your banks. The old Trent rolls along. Where Stockwith waits with open gates, where Chesterfield begins, Keighley joins the northern cuts, where Yorkshire's trade rolls in. Though fewer working boats remain, the waterways stay strong. They're still the veins of England's heart, and the old Trent rolls along. The motor roads stole freight away, the railways claimed their share. The old boatmen tied up for good, the wharves stood cold and bare. The cranes fell still, the ropes grew dry, the silence felt so wrong. But rivers never learn to stop, and the old Trent rolls along. Now narrow boats drift lazily, where loaded keels once lay. The anglers cast at break of day, where busy docks sleep now. Gravel still comes from the riverbed, big ships still journey on. Industry still needs these tides, and the old Trent rolls along. Old Will still watches Trent falls tight, as he always has before. He'll beach her on the hidden shore to change a crop once more. His lad still works the lock gates now, the family carry him on. The river taught them all they know, and the old Trent rolls along. Roll on, old river Trent, through every age you've known. From Roman Spain to Wilt's old boat, your story's still our own. Though kings and empires fade away and working days are gone, England still lives beside your banks, and the old Trent rolls along. In 1766 they met in Bradford town. Merchants of wool and linemen gathered round. We need a road of water across the Pennine spine, from Leeds to Liverpool to make the trade run fine. Longbottom drew the line, Brindley cast his eye. Liverpool wanted coal, Yorkshire wanted the sky. An act in 1770, the longest single dream, 127 miles of slow and stubborn stream. Sing of the long cut, the hard-won cut, the water road so wide. From Leeds to Liverpool she runs, the Pennines either side. Coal and lime and woolen cloth, short boats heavy laden. Oh, the Leeds and Liverpool keeps flowing, still unbroken. They cut from both ends inward, 46 long years. Navvies, picks and barrows, blood and sweat and tears. First the Yorkshire reaches, Skipton down to Leeds, then the Lancashire long haul through moss and muddy meads. Funds ran dry, wars intervened, the work lay still and cold. Whitworth changed the summit line, the tunnel must be bold. 1816, finally, the through route opened wide, the longest canal one company ever built and ever tried. At Bingley stands the wonder, 5 locks in a stair, steepest flight in all the land, 59 feet in the air. March the 21st, 1774, 30,000 voices roared along the air's green shore. First boat through in 28 minutes flat, they say. Gates like castle doors that still are work the same today. Lock keepers guard her still, the staircase proud and sheer. The 5 rise lifts the dreamers as she lifted trade for years. Then comes the black mouth yawning under Fowridge Hill. 1,640 yards of dripping dark and still. No towpath for the boatman, only legs against the brick, or later engines coughing through the tunnel's narrow nick. And once a cow called Buttercup fell in one autumn day, swam the whole damn length alone and lived to tell the lay. They pulled her out at Fowridge End and gave her brandy neat. The bravest cow in Lancashire still walks the towpath beat. Oh, when the short boats ruled the cut with 45-ton load, coal from Wigan, limestone white from Craven's ancient road, woolen cloth from Bradford Mills, cotton grain and ale, Burnley embankment soaring high above the Calder Vale. She beat the railways year on year, Broadlock's her secret might. 1,000,000 tons of coal a year to Liverpool's black night. From Wigan's 21 locks down to the Mersey's mouth, the Leeds and Liverpool was queen of all the north and south. Then came the iron roads and later diesel, gas and more. Collieries closed their waterside doors along the cut's long shore. After the Great War the traffic thinned, the boatmen fewer grew. Lost commercial cargoes faded out by 1982. Yet she never fully died like some forgotten cut. She lingered on for household coal when other waterways shut. Nationalized neglected weed and silt her only crown, but the long cut waited quiet for a different kind of town. Now the short boats are for hire in scarlet, blue and cream. Holiday makers wind the 5 rise, living out the dream. Walkers, sightless painters, all the towpaths daily throng. Kingfishers flash where once the horse boats strained along. Through Fowridge still the traffic lights control the dark divide, and Liverpool's new link has brought her back to Merseyside. From Granary Wharf to Stanley Dock she carries joy, not coal. The Leeds in Liverpool keeps flowing, healing every soul. Sing of the long cut, the hard-won cut, the water road so wide. From Leeds to Liverpool she runs the Pennines either side. She carried coal and cloth and dreams, she carries dreamers still. Oh, the Leeds in Liverpool keeps flowing, still unbroken. Through Bingley Stair and Fowridge dark, across the summit high, the long cut keeps on flowing beneath the northern sky.
Packing into my mooring here is a little bit awkward, but at least I've only got a short 33-foot boat. It must be really difficult with the full 57 that you can go up to around here. So that was the end of the test cruise. Pretty successful, I think. Gearbox held up well, changed gear when I needed it to. I did find that my stern gland packing needs probably another rope popping in there. And that's on the to-do list because I had quite a bit of water shipping in through the prop shaft or around the prop shaft and gathering in the bottom. which obviously is not ideal. That will be for a future video. Thanks for watching, everybody.
So, to pump out the oil while it's still hot. And fair to say, I need to put some more packing in. I knew that's why I've ordered some more this morning for the stern gland. We'll get this oil out for a minute while it's still hot. Is that too big to get down there? What am I doing? Needs to get down there, bloody. It doesn't go in there, does it? It needs to go in the